Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Russian schools. Yeah, because new school year is approaching, and of course, I know that there are a lot of people who want to know how things are in Russian schools. Well, first of all, I need to say that the first day of a new school year always falls on the 1st of September. It is traditionally like this for all Russian kids, for all schools, and even it's the same for those people who are already in colleges. They also have 1st of September as the first day of the new education year. Thing is that the 1st of September is also the day of knowledge in Russia. Let me show you the schedule that I've got lately from the teachers. Alright, so this is the information that I've got from my kids' teachers, and it shows how we are going to study in the following school year. So the whole year is divided into 3 trimesters, and kids are going to have grades for each trimester, and then at the end of the year, they're going to have an average grade for the whole year, for each subject. So what else can I say? The school year begins on the 1st of September, as I've mentioned previously, and it ends in the end of May. Well, first classes finish a week earlier than the rest of the school. And this year we're going to have 4 1-week holidays. That's a little less than we had last year. Last year we had 5 holidays throughout the year. A little disappointment here for my kids, but whatever. So this is how we are going to study. And yes, my kids are going to attend school. Nobody says anything about distance learning yet. Well, let's just see how situation will develop. And last year, my kids also went to school through the whole year. But I know that the classes with older kids, they had distance learning. I think it was like that. Do Russian kids have uniform? Yes, we do have uniform, but the rules that school have about uniform are really pretty flexible. They're not firm, they're not strict. Everything is pretty easy here. For example, they simply give you school colors that you have to follow. You can buy something from this fabric at a specialized uniform shop, or you can just go to any kids shop and buy your kid a dark bottom. So for boys it can be different types of trousers, and for girls it can be different types of skirts or a dress or something else like this. And as for the top, on top you can have an office shirt for boys, or like a polo shirt or something else like this, a blouse for girls. Yeah, and the colors of the top should match the school colors, so it actually can be any shades of blue, of gray and white, so it totally depends on your preferences. The only condition here that shirts or blouses or polo shirts that you're gonna wear should be monocolored, like no stripes, no dots, and no funny pictures on your clothes. That's probably the only condition here. As I mentioned before, you can buy pieces of school uniform in any shop that sells children's clothes. So this is really very convenient, because prices are different, quality is different, and you can really choose what you like best. Yeah. And here again, for example, my older kid is always hot. He doesn't like to wear a lot of things. So he prefers polos with shirt sleeves, trousers, and that's it. As for my little one, for my younger son, he likes to wear something extra, like a cardigan or something with long sleeves. So here I have a possibility to choose what is best for my kids. This is really great. I forgot to tell you that we have usual days at school, and we also have special occasion days, like the days before state holidays or some school events, when kids have to be dressed more nicer, or how should I put it, Well, the teacher usually tells you beforehand that you should wear something nicer on that day. And yeah, kids like those days. They do like those days, especially girls. I've seen those girls, they put on blouses with different types of lace and bows and stuff and make their hair in really fancy manner. So yeah, I'm lucky that I have boys. I don't have to think about all these. I simply have to need to have an office shirt and a tie. Lucky me. Well, now let me show you what else do we have this year as a school uniform. So this year, my kids will wear this as a school uniform. That's for my youngest son, and this part is for my oldest son. Let me show it to you a little bit closer. For a special occasion day, and tomorrow we have a special occasion day because it's the day of knowledge. So my kid is going to wear an office shirt like this, and he's going to wear it together with office type trousers. But you can have a more simple type of trousers. I'll show them to you a little bit later. And he's going to wear it together with a cardigan, dark blue cardigan. And of course, as he wants to be really, really nicely dressed, he's going to wear it together with a bow. And my oldest son is also going to wear an office shirt tomorrow, but he has a white one, and he prefers wearing it with a tie. That's his tie. And yes, he has a badge because it is his first year in middle school. All his teachers are going to be new. And by the way, even the kids in the classes are also going to be rearranged. So I think he has only a few people from his previous class together with him in his new class. So office shirts go for special occasion days. As for every day, as for usual days, we usually have polo shirts. Like my youngest son has one polo shirt with shirt sleeves, and he has two shirts with long sleeves, a white one like this, and a dark one like this. Actually, this is not a polo shirt, but this can also be considered a uniform shirt. Okay, let's move on to see what my older son has. He has a shirt like this one. It is like an office shirt, but not exactly. The fabric here is slightly different. It is softer and it is 100% cotton, so I think we will wear this one for every day as well. And he has two dark polo shirts with shirt sleeves and a cardigan. As for the bottom, my kids prefer wearing something like this that actually looks like dark blue jeans, but the fabric here is a little bit different. It's not the jeans fabric, it's softer and a little bit thinner. And by the way, you do not necessarily have to have another pair of trousers, like in office type trousers for special occasion days. You can have these type of trousers together with an office shirt. Nobody will say anything about that. So you can wear anything that you feel comfortable in. My older son Gosha really wanted to show you how he looks in his uniform. So here he is. That's how he usually looks on his special occasion days in school. And that's how he will be dressed tomorrow. Now this is our PE uniform for physical education. It's a shirt like this, and you can buy it in a special uniform shop. We actually don't have much of such shops, so it's a bit inconvenient to go there and buy it, because you can only buy it in a special uniform shop. So that's the t-shirt, and the trousers look like this. Dark blue trousers with gray stripes at the sides. Another condition about uniform concerns shoes. You should always have spare shoes to change in when you come to school. because Russia's climate is pretty, pretty wet and dirty and muddy throughout the year. Like we have a lot of rainy, muddy days in autumn, and then we have snow in wintertime, and then we have mud uh, and water again in springtime. So we do need to have a spare pair of shoes to change in when we get into the school building. As for school shoes, my younger son will wear something like this for every day. And for PE lessons, he will change into sports shoes like these. And these are the shoes for my older son. He's gonna have one, for PE classes and just for walking in school. The only condition here is that the soles of your shoes should be from white material, from something white. Otherwise, it can leave black black lines on the floor whenever the kid is running or like walking. So that's the only condition that the school has concerning shoes. They have a special place where you can take off your outside clothes, and this is really nice. Like you can leave it there. But the only inconvenience here is that you have to carry your shoes every day with you on your way to school, and then you have to carry them back. And usually we have things like these at shops that you can use for carrying your shoes in. Something like this or something like this that has additional space over here, maybe for your PE uniform. Like you cannot leave them at school. I guess this is done in order for the kids not to lose their stuff. But it doesn't really help. Kids lose their stuff all the time. Like they lose their shoes, their scarves, their gloves, their PE uniform. It happens all the time. It's just something usual. And in this connection, we are also asked to write kids' names on the clothes somewhere inside. So I'm usually taking an unerasable marker and I'm just writing their names and their class letter, and that's it. By the way, here, yes, I forgot to say that because we have a lot of kids, we usually have a few classes of the same age. What do I mean? For example, we have 4 first grade classes. We have like 3 or 4, maybe 5 like second grade classes, and so on. And in order not to mix anything up, they give each class a letter. So, for example, my younger son studies in 3rd A class, and my my older son studies in 5th D class. It has nothing to do with grades. It doesn't mean that people who study in D class, they all have D's for their tests. No, it doesn't mean that. It's simply to distinguish the classes because there are like a lot of them. And we have about 30 kids in each class. Maybe a little bit less, but not more. Like 30 is usually like the maximum amount of kids in the class. What about the marks that kids get for their tests, for their answers? Well, we have a different system from America, for example. In Russia, it works like this. If you got an excellent mark, it means you got 5. It can go together with plus. So 5 and plus, that's the best mark you can ever get. 4 goes for good, for B. Satisfactory, 3, not a really good mark. Probably means the same as a C in America. And 2 is a terrible mark. It's like the worst mark that you can ever get. I know that sometimes kids get 1, but that means that you know nothing. You know nothing, and that your answer was terrible. Only kids in 1st grade don't have marks for what they're doing. But here again, at the end of the year, they're usually writing special tests to check how they have accumulated the information, how they have learned everything. So by the end of the year, they actually get marks for those final tests. Now, guys, let me show you my youngest son class. Actually, adults are not allowed to enter school building because of the COVID restrictions and because of the safety reasons to avoid any terrorist attacks and things like that. Adults are not allowed, like only teachers and kids. That's it. You probably wonder how in the world did I manage to get in? Well, the thing is that I was allowed to get in because I was helping to decorate the classroom for tomorrow's first day of school. So I helped to fix those posters over here on the walls and little branches with autumn leaves. By the way, those boxes are for keeping your stuff that you need for art classes. Each kid has their own box. These are the tables, the desks, and the books are already there waiting for the kids. There's a big sign on the blackboard which welcomes the kids. And yes, we have two boards. Like we have the usual board and an electronic one. We have a sink in each class for washing your hands, and the toilet is down the hall. And it's separate for boys and for girls. So now we are in the hall. I can see that there are a lot of people who are also here for decorating their classes. Oh, and they have an exhibition here dedicated to space, something that kids made themselves. And to the right over here, they have little rooms where you can leave your outside clothes, your jackets, and your outside shoes, your boots. I do not yet have information about the number of lessons that my kids are going to have, but for now, I only know that lessons usually begin at 8:30, and they end at about 1 in the afternoon, sometimes later. So usually it's like this. Well, everyone, I hope information today was useful and interesting for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you around in my following videos. Bye.